It's now time for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson. This edition of Trivia Tracks is brought to you by
ProMed Ambulance Services. Care you can count on.
And Beth Smith at Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
One of wrestling's underrated tag teams, the Godwinns, that's Godwinn, were portrayed as farmers in the fictional Bitters, Arkansas. Mark Canterbury played the role of Henry O. Godwinn, abbreviated to HOG, while Dennis Knight took on the persona of Phineas I. Godwinn, abbreviated to PIG. Henry's full name was Henry Orpheus Godwinn, although his middle name was never said on television. Mark Canterbury, born in the nation's capital in 1964, was trained by George South and Gary the Italian Stallion Sabaw. Dennis Knight, born in Clearwater, Florida in 1968, was trained by Steve Kern, best known as one half of the Fabulous Ones. The two first teamed in the USWA in 1991 under the names Tex Salinger and Master Blaster. Due to their stature and ring outfits, some mistakenly believed that Salinger and Blaster were a well-traveled team known as the Texas Hangman under a different gimmick, as the Hangman had recently left the USWA. After signing with WCW in 1992, the two were repackaged as Tex Slazenger and Shanghai Pierce, who remained masked. Their debut was without much fanfare, as they were at best perceived as a mid-card team used to help establish higher-level teams. Tex and Shanghai left the WCW in the summer of 1994. Shanghai was signed by WWF, while Tex worked in the independents, including a return to USWA. Canterbury, who was Shanghai, joined the WWF in late 1994 and was repackaged with a farmer gimmick and renamed Henry O. Godwinn, and starting out as a heel, as a member of Ted DiBiase's $1 Million Corporation stable before turning face. Dennis Knight rejoined his former tag team partner in 1996, taking on the role of Phineas I. Godwinn, originally billed as Henry's cousin, but later changed to Henry's brother. Managed by Hillbilly Jim, the team became two-time WWF Tag Team Champions. But in 1997, after Henry recovered from a cracked vertebra, the Godwinns slowly turned heel, ditched Hillbilly Jim as their manager, and their goofy pig farmer gimmick for that of bitter Southern boys, feuding with Legion of Doom and the Quebecers, the latter for a short while. After that, the duo became Southern Justice, adopting a Southern hired gun type gimmick. During the Godwinns hiatus, Dennis Knight returned to WWF, now WWE, where he became part of The Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness stable. In 2006, Mark Canterbury wrestled several tryout matches with WWE, then teamed with Ray Gordy in Deep South Wrestling, reviving the farmer gimmick. Gordy was Cousin Ray, and after a 2-year hiatus from wrestling, he began working in the indie circuit, resuming his Shanghai Pierce gimmick. Canterbury re-teamed with Dennis Knight twice in Wisconsin's Great Lakes Championship Wrestling. Gimmicked as the Texas Hangman, they lost twice to Demolition in 2011 and 2012. In November 2020, the two appeared at the Survivor Series during The Undertaker's retirement ceremony. As Henry O. Godwinn, Canterbury appeared in the International Wrestling Council during the summer of 2021. He retired from the ring for good in 2022. After his retirement, Dennis Knight returned to his hometown of Clearwater, Florida, to work as a chef. In 2023, Knight lost all of the toes on his right foot after developing an infection, which caused for them to be amputated.
Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia?
Then join me for Trivia Tracks weekdays at 6:45 on Everybody's Country Y95.